right, this play is called Revision by J. Snodgrass. The readers tonight are Sarah Emmerling and J. Snodgrass. This takes place in Elijah's apartment at Rise. Elijah is drinking alone, typing. Madison storms in, slams a manuscript down.
What the hell is this?
Hold that thought. Just gotta finish this sentence.
What the hell did you do?
Can't you see I'm still doing it? Come back in an hour. I'm almost done with the ending.
But the book has an ending. It's a good ending, a happy ending.
Look, it's not a fairy tale, okay? It's a memoir. It's my life. So for one thing, it's not over yet. And for another, look at me now. Do I look happy to you? Are my struggles tied off in a neat little bow?
Well, right now you look, but the chapter of your life, this particular
Madison,
story.
I'm writing a new chapter, all right? And it will be a happy ending. You'll see romance, the handiest, happily Mount Everest of afters.
But she's dead. She died, your wife.
That's the past. Forget it. This is a bright new future, and I can have it done by the due date if you'll please leave me alone for an hour.
Elijah, our final deadline for this manuscript is 8 a.m. tomorrow. We've got 7 hours, and we've got to fix this.
Hey, you mean it's 1 in the morning?
Yes. I had to copy edit some press releases, finally got home to check your revisions, and when I saw the horror, Elijah, what you did to this manuscript, I ran, sprinted all the way over.
Okay. We can still work this out. You circle the block a few more times. I'll wrap up this chapter, and then I've got to go. Quick, Aaron.
What? No, you can't go. You need to edit this manuscript. And what errand are you going to run at this time of night?
It's nothing, just a lap dance. I'll keep it quick, a quickie dance.
What the? No lap dance.
Why?
First of all, in case you don't know, that's not you. That's not what you do. And second, if it's some bizarre reward for finishing up your book, the job's not done.
What? Oh, no, silly. It's not a sexual lap dance. It's symbolic, metaphorical. It's the happy ending this memoir needs.
Lap dances don't have happy endings. Not legally. This memoir can't end with a criminal solicitation.
No, you just don't get it. And what do you mean that's not what you do? How do you know what I do?
I've spent the last 6 weeks editing your autobiography. I know you, chapter and verse, your whole life.
That's not my whole life. It's a series of anecdotes, memory fragments strung together. It's a childish bead bracelet. But there's no neat little color patterns in real life. It's all mixed up, a swilling swirl.
What the shit? You're drinking?
Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. What, you missed that chapter? I think it was pretty early in the book.
Yes, it was. And followed by 2 chapters of your struggle for sobriety, your awakening, the realization.
Hold on there. One of those chapters was you. You told me to make up a moment of clarity. It wasn't really like that. God never magically granted me the something to know the somewhat and whatnot and what the difference. And you deleted the paragraphs about my slips.
Because they were breaking the narrative through line. Readers want to follow your journey.
Yeah, but you said readers wouldn't approve of the relapses.
No, because they want to see you rise above it. So you could really focus on making a difference in the lives of others. The children's charity, you and Mandy.
Don't call her that.
We have to call her that. Absolute, non-negotiable. That's why I'm here.
I don't want that name in this story.
She's part of the book.
I don't see her name on the contract.
You were married for 7 years.
7 years of lies, deception. She embezzled 7 years of my life.
No, she gave you the best and the last years of her life. A beautiful life, a warm, caring soul tragically lost too soon.
You didn't know her. I mean, neither did I, it turns out.
I knew her through this book. A beautiful book about a wonderful young couple building a charity together.
But you never met her. She was a no-good, low-down tramp.
Yes, I noticed you replaced her name with that through the entire manuscript. But who's going to read a memoir about founding a children's charity with, quote, that no-good, low-down tramp?
I don't know. Who reads memoirs? Aren't they usually about filthy people, squalid lives? Doesn't it make commuters feel better about themselves on the subway to their dead-end job and their dead-end home?
Elijah, you're angry. And you're drunk.
At least I'm an honest angry drunk.
The deadline is tomorrow. The publisher...
Yeah, suspense, right? At the last moment, I learned the truth and saved myself from stupid interviews where morning co-hosts say, "I'm so sorry about your dead wife," while putting a big picture of her in the background with some sappy music playing. And I know just what sappy song they'd use.
Mandy?
Don't ever say that song or sing that name, because she came and she gave me deception and took everything except, well, to her credit, she didn't give me gonorrhea. That I know of. Hey, I've got a great idea.
No, it's too late for more great ideas.
We compromise. I'll select all and change her name again to that no-good tramp who at least didn't give me the clap.
Elijah, this is crazy. We've got to put the book back together the way it was, where you married her, got sober, and co-founded the charity.
But it can't be the way it was. That's all gone, wrecked, destroyed. The whole meadow of the past is in flames. It's embers, cinders, a blighted Eden. And the two sets of footprints in the ashes, that's a liar and a sucker.
I can see you're angry, but...
She cheated on me. She had an affair. Kept it secret for 7 years. A secret she conveniently carried to her grave.
Elijah...
Resting easy, in peace. In her wedding dress, a white dress that I paid for. It's mine. And I should have a legal right to dig her up, dye that dress piss yellow, and sew a big scarlet letter on it. Hey, that's what we should call the book. The Scarlet Letter.
That title's taken.
But wouldn't it be in the public domain by now?
You've got a great title. All the focus groups agree. The cover's already laid out.
Oh, I get it. You don't want the title changed because you've got a thing going with the cover designer.
That's got nothing to do with this. Leave that
Mr. Layout. The Layout Meister. What's his name? Leon? Lothario? Loratio?
Luther.
Oh, that's right. Luther. And you want to be his little Wittenberg door.
You're not even making sense. You're drunk. Give me that.
Don't put your mouth on it. When I said that tramp didn't give me the clap, well, I haven't exactly been tested yet.
It's been a year. I think you'd know. And no, I don't want a drink. I need you to
Wait a
stop.
minute. Can we do that part over?
What part?
Oh, that's right. Lex Luthor. And you want to be his kryptonite ring in his pocket. Luther's lucky charm.
Elijah, forget about the cover. That's not your problem. And the title's already in the spring catalog. We're not changing it. Our responsibility right now, author and editor, we've got to submit our final draft of your memoir in 7 hours. Or else I'm going to get fired and you're going to get sued for the advance you received. Do you understand that?
Hey, if they want the advance back, the last of it's in that bottle. I'll just process it through my liver, get the toxins out, and then I'll piss it back in.
No, the answer's not in this bottle. We can fix this together. The book was really good last week, almost perfection.
It was full of lies last week. Every mention of her name was a lie. 646 times, that filthy net, practically 666.
It's okay. Edit, select
All of them lies. But in the final countdown to deadline, I can replace it with the truth.
You're angry and you're drunk and you're tearing your past apart.
I'm fixing it.
You're wrecking it. Demolition.
No, it's like an omelet and one of the eggs turned out to be rotten. I'm separating it out so the omelet won't make people sick.
I read that omelet. I loved it. The publisher, the focus groups, everyone, they ate it up. Nobody got sick. It warmed our hearts. It gave us hope that real love can exist in the world through sickness and health till death do us part.
Don't spit vows at me. I meant the vows. I stayed through her sickness, but she didn't honor.
Well, please, just a minute. I need you to see past your own pain and think about this beautiful book and what it can do for others. It was sweet.
Too sweet. Suspiciously sweet. But it wasn't sweet enough. You're the one who told me I should change it, right? Artificial sweetener.
That was a mistake. I realize
You sent
now.
me digging through the diary.
And I was wrong. It invaded her privacy. She didn't deserve.
No, it was right, because I never would have known what she really deserves.
What happened? What do you think she did that was so low down anyway? What did the diary say?
It was when I proposed.
Japanese restaurant after your college graduation. I remember.
And she said she couldn't accept.
Right.
before-
She took the train back home to confront her father.
Oh, yeah, here's a fun little nugget of truth I dug up. It turns out she flew. It wasn't a day each way on the rails and a one-day visit. She took a 2-hour jet flight and spent a 3-day weekend.
All right. Well, that does qualify as a little lie, but I'm sure she had a reason.
Oh, yeah, I found out the reason. Because you said to change the past. Because you said it would read better if we took that trip together. Oh, but how would I know what the confrontation with her father was like? Well, didn't you say she kept a diary before you got married? Maybe it's in there. Yeah, it was. The last entry. I guess because once she was married, she didn't want to leave a paper trail anymore.
So that weekend, she what? Nervous one-night fling?
She went to see her cousin, Todd. Old, I'll show you mine if you show me yours, Todd. Bosom buddy, constant childhood companion, Todd. She went to his meth lab trailer. That's where she spent the weekend.
Okay, that might, I can see how that might make you
And
suspect.
that childhood curiosity, that hidden temptation that they'd had ever since they were kids, the dirty, forbidden thing, the shameful secret.
All right, I've heard enough.
They answered it. And when the first response turned out to be a nervous, disappointing letdown, they ordered tacos and asked the question again and again for a whole weekend.
No. Oh, Mandy, no.
Oh, no, we haven't reached the nasty part yet. Because, you see, after 3 days of incestuous chemistry experiments, she asked him to marry her.
What?
Yeah, run away to Mexico, change their names, start whole new lives so no one would ever know they were cousins. Deception. That was the plan she came up with. A whole life of lies.
This just can't be true. Mandy.
Stop saying that name. You want to read it? The diary's in the bathroom there on the lid of the toilet. You go peruse the last page. Just keep the seat up in case your lunch decides
But
to
she
launch itself.
couldn't. That's not who she was.
You didn't know her. She was dead. When people told me to work out my grief by writing this story, and next thing you know, there's a book deal. You got this editing assignment 6 weeks ago. Now you think you know everyone from my past?
But you knew her, and I knew her story through you.
It was lies. She was a liar. She was going to go become a senorita with a different name, learn a whole new language so that every word out of her mouth for the rest of her life could be a lie.
But she didn't. She didn't go. She came back to you.
Because Todd rejected her. After she spent 3 days giving him all the goods, every enticement she could think of to say yes. But he said no because he didn't want to erase his whole past and become a false muchacho. But you see, now that she decided on a life of deception, it was easy. That's when she came and said yes to marry me. Accepted that ring, the pure, flawless diamond I paid for with honest labor in the little felt-covered box that had soaked 3 days in the sweat of my palms, absorbed the tender tears of my fervent prayers. She put her filthy finger in that innocent ring. I'll bet she didn't even wash her hands. That's who she really was. That's who you're defending.
But there's no way I could know that.
No, of course not, because her secondhand lies through me fooled you like one more fly in her web of deceit.
I just thought the visit to her father.
Oh, right. She actually did go see her father. Didn't mention what she'd been doing in the love shack with his sister's kid.
So you did find the scene when she finally confronted him, finally said, "I'm not a child anymore. I'm an adult. I have suffered and grown, and you and all your belittling criticism can't control me anymore."
What the heck was that?
What? Oh, nothing. I've thought about it a lot, about that scene, when it might have been. But now, the diary, what did she say about it, confronting her father?
There was no confrontation, no dramatic scene. You know what he said? His exact words? If that's what you really want. If that's what you really want.
Well, that was uncharacteristic of how I imagined him.
But it wasn't what she really wanted. She'd fooled her own father into thinking I was what she really wanted. She wanted Todd, her drug-addled cousin, Todd, who later lost all his teeth, toothless Todd.
Okay, Elijah, This is awful. It's disgusting. I understand your anger completely, but...
Todd was at our wedding in one of those T-shirts with a tuxedo front printed on it. He was there at family reunions. I'm trying to think back. State park campouts. Did she go for any long walks with Toothless Todd?
Whoa, slow down. Those trails lead nowhere.
The underbrush, the shrubbery, the mossy banks, moist and
No,
rank.
nothing got moistened. The forest is fine. She married you, and after getting that what the shit ever out of her system, there's no reason to think that... And it wasn't precisely, technically, an affair.
Don't do that. That's not going to fix anything.
I am just
Don't.
saying. Okay, I won't. But Elijah, people can change. You changed. Like the first year of marriage, you were still an alcoholic, but then you changed.
Yeah, and now I've changed back. It's a circle thing. A very thirsty butterfly becomes a caterpillar.
And tomorrow is your first day of sobriety, right? First day of the rest of your life. And you know where the story belongs, the perfect audience? An AA meeting. And I'll go with you. You'll let it all out, have a good cry.
Get a good laugh at a meeting.
Laugh, cry, it's catharsis, healing. And you'll recover from the whiskey and the shock. And then, you know what you'll do as you begin your recovery?
Alcohol doesn't give me powers to predict the future.
You'll thank me.
Really? Well, that's optimistic.
You'll thank me because you'll see that forgiving your dead spouse was the right thing to do. And rehabilitating the memoir, restoring it to its former tender innocence, you'll see that it was an important step in your recovery.
I'm confused.
And you'll say, Madison, I sure am glad we agreed last night to fix this mess I made when I was drunk and angry.
Wait, are you saying this is me? I said this tomorrow?
Yes, you said this tomorrow because we agreed tonight.
When? What time is it?
It's 1:15, and we agreed at 1:20. And then, funny story, we had to really scramble till 7, but at 8 o'clock sharp, we turned in a really lovely final draft. And then those smug fat cats of Paper Mill Publishing Incorporated can finally see that I've got what it takes to be a real editor.
Wait, you're not a real editor?
What? Never mind. Forget I said that.
You just said that you're whatever recipient of the editorial or whatnot. You said it was in the future.
That's not important.
And you talked about my acceptance of your advice like it's in the past.
Elijah, we don't have time to sort that out right now. We've got to stay in the present.
But I'm furious at the present.
But you'll thank me in the future because of what we're about to agree on right now.
Is it 1:20 already?
In the greater scheme of things, it's practically tomorrow.
I think it's literally tomorrow.
So we've got a lot of work to do.
Oh, man. Well, it's a good thing I've got this.
Is that cocaine?
Maybe the stranger I got it from said it was candy.
No.
Well, there goes the rest of my advance.
We need to fix this memoir now.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying, but I think before you ripped open the whole chronological continuum, I was about to finish the last chapter.
No, you were about to restore the original ending when you scattered her ashes in the Pacific and then wondered if they'd drift to the Caribbean islands full of the children whose lives she touched.
But she was buried in Portville.
Well, right, but the ashes at sea...
Was your idea.
And the focus groups agreed it was more cinematic. 38% more cinematic.
And they say the cameras don't lie.
It was true to the spirit of the story. And you'll agree when you see Mark Ruffalo on the silver screen and not a dry eye in the house. Trust me.
Wait a minute. This is that thing, that future you built, the one where I folded to your demands. And now you tell me crumbling under your pressure is going to turn me into the Incredible Hulk? Forget it. I have to finish this draft tonight. That's the future. And when it's done, you check the commas and apostrophes and then bring my true story to the publisher.
How dare you? The effort, the long nights, the creativity I've put into editing this book. Shaping, gently folding, weaving, adjusting the seams.
And occasionally, ripping the fabric of time to change my past.
I'm just saying, this memoir, by which I mean what it was before this mutation, mutilation, dismemberment.
Do you need my thesaurus?
Sorry, editor,
Yes, you edit, but the story is mine.
It's not just yours. We have been working on it.
You mean the editorial we is working on me right now to falsify the facts again?
Well, not precisely the mother of this, but a midwife assisting in the birth. And that counts for something.
But it's still my offspring, my child. Or if it's somehow sprung from my marriage to that no-good, low-down tramp, then it deserves to be a monster, misshapen,
but it was born
deformed.
so beautiful, and I assisted in that.
Maybe that's why she was infertile, that tramp. Her loins got cursed by unholy, incestuous union, and now, my child-begetting years gone, this book is all I have left, and she took that too.
No, you have children. So many wonderful children, the kids you helped, together with your charity.
It was a stupid charity.
You take that back.
I'd take it all back if
You sent thousands of stuffed animals to Haitian hurricane victims. You brought warmth and comfort. How could you
We didn't send thousands. It was 1,878.
Practically thousands. You want thousands? I'll send 200 more dolls myself, and then it's thousands.
Used dolls, ragged, musty, moldy from old basements, Cabbage Patch castaways, garbage. We sent 1,000 pounds of landfill to hurricane victims.
Don't let this whiskey in your system take control of the story.
But it's the truth. That's what we did. That's what Stuffed with Tenderness was. Yes, when the tramp and I saw the children on TV, we felt, and knowing we couldn't have kids of our own, so we went to the churches, every church in town. Would you pass the collection plate one more time this Sunday for the hurricane orphans? They said no, all of them. We tried again. What about shoes? Those kids are barefoot. Could we send shoes, even used children's shoes? Again, they said no. You know what the Southern Baptist pastor said? Sending shoes to Haitians is practically an invitation to walk to America. That's an exact quote. He said the children would use the shoes to walk on water. All right. No money, no shoes, but by that point we were in it. We felt like we had to do something. And that's when she got the idea. Cleaning out a closet, she found her old pig doll. And remembering how she used to cuddle it after nightmares, she said, well, it doesn't matter now.
This beloved doll could comfort someone anew. I loved that.
Yeah, stuffed animals. Everybody's got some old plush toys lying around. Suddenly the idea is a hit. And you want to hear something really messed up? The churches that wouldn't take a collection to send food money to Haiti actually passed the offering plate to cover the shipping costs for those worn-out, worthless dolls.
Okay, I can see. What that story needs is an editor, right? Someone to help shape it, warm it, bring out the goodness.
But it wasn't good. It was useless. What the hell did these kids think of us? Couldn't you at least send some crackers? Or if we cut the animals open, would we find something valuable smuggled inside? No, it's an abandoned toy for orphans whose whole world just got washed away.
But I can still see a glimmer of human decency in it.
Yeah, next thing you know, we're on the news like Good Samaritans. I've read that story, by the way. It's not about a Samaritan who sees a bleeding man on the roadside and drops a smoke-damaged teddy bear on him.
He was good because he cared. The material details are
And suddenly, the news broadcasters, who should be showing those orphans to drum up real sympathy and support. But no, they're more interested in this idiotic couple sending plush unicorns. And once it's on TV, more people see it. You know what happened to our apartment when the packages started coming in from all over the country? It was an avalanche of discarded carnival prizes. And then we find out I'm allergic to polyester. The stuffing gave me hives all over. Well, you know, I forgot about that part but tonight I'm adding that to the book because you know people still send me things, right? I still get stained, stinky, stuffed animals in the mail. You see that box over there? It arrived this morning. Sniff it. You don't even have to open it. Just give it a sniff. That's toddler urine, long dried in the puffy guts of some plush kangaroo or whatnot.
All right, I'll take your word. You're the expert. But remember, this narrative you're constructing right now, it's a collaboration between a bitter widower, understandably bitter, but working together with the whiskey and cocaine, and they're doing their part to shape the story. So just hold on to that, because the partnership that started this charity, and it was a really good idea that got mangled a bit, no doubt about it.
You could say it got edited.
All right, fine. It got edited, translated, distorted, but that doesn't change the fact.
Don't come at me with facts. Facts are always changing.
Poor choice of words. Allow me to revise. There was a partnership, a man and a woman, and they had love to give to children. And because they couldn't, they decided to share that love with other children. 1,800 and something children. And yes, there was compromise that didn't go precisely as planned, but still, those children got a message of compassion, you see? This married couple, star-crossed dreamers, they shared this love.
Wow, is that a press release?
Well, I have been cranking out press releases all day, yes, but this is from the heart. And she passed away. And this guy, he can still cherish what they shared because some of that lost love lives on in the smiles of those kids.
Yeah, right. They probably burned down the shelters trying to get some heat from all that polyester.
No, stay with me. And you know where else that love lives on? In the hearts of readers who will be touched by this book. I mean the book you wrote, not the one you're working on right now. Look at me. My heart has been touched. All day long, I fill out forms and file papers, but I look forward to staying up long into the night to spend quality time with this story. Each journey through it gives me hope, makes me believe. It's not just my chance to prove I can go from intern to editor. It's also my anchor in the storm of... I keep coming back to this story because I love it. I've got this tiny, flickering flame inside. My childhood hopes, and reading the story again and again, every time I do, the spark grows stronger and tells me I can make it and at least hold on for one more day before that spark goes out and leaves me empty inside. You did that for me, and we together can share that with 1 million lonely readers.
You know what?
What?
Todd came to visit. I remember when our apartment was stuffed with plush toys, and I bet they did it right there on the pile, spilled their fluids on a mattress of castaway animals.
Stop!
She to get hugged by those children.
Stop!
She got stuffed on that heap of used garbage. Now there's a line for the book.
Elijah, you're poisoning the past, injecting toxic waste into the story of your marriage.
Yeah, that's right. It's my story, and it got polluted. It's like a sandbox built on top of a landfill, on top of a burial ground. And now this horror story is all I've got.
But it's not just yours. Not since you signed the contract. Paper Mill Publishing has invested. They own it too. And they've... Look, I'd like to consider myself a friend here. Working on this with you has been a labor of love. Not us, I mean, but the book and I, we love each other. Oh, okay, that's hard to explain, but I'm just saying that, yes, I am emotionally involved. But I'm also here representing the company's investment, and I have to protect that. Even protect it from you.
You've got to protect my life story from me?
Yes, because you're the one pumping it full of poison. You're making a choice to inject the narrative.
Me? I'm the victim here. She cheated
Fine,
and lied.
but the feelings you had during the time these events took place, those feelings were honest and pure. Maybe naive, but it's those feelings that got you the book deal, and it's those feelings the publisher expects in the final manuscript. So could you please just temporarily set aside the revelations of these last few days and get back to...
So Paper Mill Publishing Incorporated owns the love I used to feel.
Well, yes.
To be continued.